Did the Jonas Brothers just blame Nick for splitting up the band? We'll tell you what they said and how Justin and Hailey Bieber are dealing with married life. I'm Kelsey Banas and you're watching The Daily Report. Jonas, SOS, don't want a second guess. This past week, all anyone could talk about was the Jonas Brothers reuniting, and the group is no stranger to reunions. The brothers worked their way into our hearts in 2006, and they quickly took off and had 3 years of Disney-infused insanity before taking a break in 2009 and then reuniting in 2012 for another album. But it didn't last long, as 2013 was the year the group called it quits for good. They canceled their 19-date tour just days before the first show, and according to their publicist, there was a deep rift within the band. There was a big disagreement over their music direction. What? A rift? What does that even mean? Like, was there a fight between the bros? Okay, this is just what I think. There was a bruise on Nick's eye in one interview. I think that has something to do with it. Conspiracy. So here we are again 6 years later, and the Jonas Brothers have decided to reunite again. Thank God. One source told The Sun, quote, "After enjoying solo music successes and taking time to work on passion projects, they feel that now is the right time to get back together." Got the band back together. And that's exactly what they're doing. After the announcement, they took up a week-long residency at the Late Late Show with James Corden. We were treated to the best version of Carpool Karaoke. This is where we learned the brothers started talking about getting back together a year ago. Nick told James they talked about making a documentary about their story. While they were talking, they ended up doing what Nick called some necessary healing. And it was from there they started talking about reuniting for more than a documentary. Nick said, quote, "And then in that we started saying, you know, there was a magic when we were together that we would all love to feel again." Same, and I'm feeling it right now. And also, they did make the documentary. Oh God, I'm like too excited right now. I'm like fangirling. Amazon announced on Monday they teamed up with the Jonas Brothers to release a very personal BTS look at their reunion and tour. Back to the Carpool Karaoke. After jamming to some old tunes, they all joked that Nick broke up the band. But Nick was quick to point out he got them back together as well. So I mean, like, it evens out, right? And in what seems like an attempt to break them up again, James brings in a man named John to do a lie detector test on them in the car. And here's what we learned. Joe is most annoyed by Kevin. Nick thinks he's a better singer than his brothers. Sometimes Kevin and Nick's wives get on Joe's nerves. Nick even admits to splitting up the band, and Kevin is asked if he's ever thought about punching Nick for this. He says no, but it ends up being a lie. Guys, I called it. I knew it. It's that eye with the punch, with the bruise. It's not confirmed, but evidence. After this trying test, the brothers opened up about the purity rings they once wore. Joe explains that they grew up in a church and that their father was a pastor. So at the age of 12, everyone around them would wear purity rings to show that they are either waiting for the right person or waiting until marriage to, you know. But it was at the age of 15 or 16 when they started dating that Joe said they started to second guess it. He said they never intended to talk about them until one interviewer threatened to say they were in a cult. What? And then the secret was out. Eventually, they took them off. But it was Kevin who really took it off first, if you know what I mean. Speaking of pop stars and brilliant segues, Justin Bieber was caught gushing about his wife Hailey Baldwin all over social media recently. He posted a series of candid snaps of the model, and in one, he compliments the clothes she's wearing because they're from his clothing line. The other 3 photos kind of look like paparazzi photos, and that's why we can't show them. But it didn't take long for fans to realize, did Shawn Mendes, former maybe boyfriend of Hailey Baldwin, just like one of the photos that Justin posted? The internet quickly ran with it and fan accounts started to screenshot it, but Justin stepped in quickly to comment on one of the accounts. Quote, "They're friends, relax." Putting it to rest, Justin. Shout out to Justin for keeping the internet in check. But is he keeping his marriage in check? What? According to this month's issue of Vogue, it hasn't been the easiest road for the couple. Hailey opened up to the magazine saying, quote, "The thing is, marriage is very hard. That is the sentence you should lead with. It's really effing hard. It's the communication that seemed to be the most tricky," she said. He'll say, "I feel," and I'll say, "I think." I have to really deep dive and struggle to be in touch with my emotions. He gets there immediately. It's just that I'm fighting to do this the right way to build a healthy relationship. I want people to know that. We love a couple who is working on their relationship, honestly, but we want to know what you think. Are you excited for the Jonas Brothers reunion as much as me? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to our new channel here because, guys, we're almost at 1,000. We're so close. We can do it. I'm Kelsey Banas, and I just can't contain my excitement. Jonas Brothers for life.